Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphanim. So we're going to start here on U.Today. They have a nice article and they're confirming a lot of what I told you. I told you we were just going over all of the different ways that blockchain, the bank coins, are deep in Latin America. I told you Latin America, a lot of good money is going to be coming out of there. The next 10 to 15 years, we want that. Next 5 years even. Because there's so much activity. They're open to something new as far as a monetary system. They're open to utilizing the bank coins. That's another thing. They have a lot of big money is moving to Latin America. Big money is smart. So you have big money moving over to parts of Europe, Africa, Latin America. Okay, they're starting businesses there, buying some beautiful properties in Latin America. Beautiful. Anyway, so a lot of big money is planting roots in Latin America. There's so many reasons why Latin America is going to explode economically if everything continues to go according to plan, that is. You see, the legacy system is failing and on the verge of collapse that any day is. I told you it's a house of cards. Didn't I tell you that? Now you're hearing other people that are the heads of blockchain telling you. You heard Charles Hoskinson from Cardano tell you that at any moment that the world economies could collapse. Haven't I been saying that? I told you. Listen, when you do the research and you look at the monetary policy, you look at the arrogance of the individuals in charge, that they're hard-headed. They're like children. They don't want to change policy. They don't want to upgrade infrastructure. They don't want to educate people on how to use these new technologies because of their fear of the technologies taking over. Because they know if the people actually use those technologies like the bank coins, XRP, Algorand, these fantastic blockchains like I'm sorry about that. I was going to say HBAR, Hashgraph, right? HBAR. If they use those technologies, they would lose faith and belief in the old legacy system that they were using for so long that's been hurting them. As a matter of fact, it'd be like taking blinders off their eyes and they will actually see the holes in that system. They would see how that system has failed. So, with all of that flowing around, we have an article here on U.Today. Ripple expands in Latin America. I told you, I just said this 2 weeks ago. I said they're going to continue to expand, didn't I? In that one of those XRP videos I made. Ripple expands, just like I said they would, in Latin America on new deal with a Ripple partner, Bexis. Listen, Ripple is deep in, listen, isn't Ripple deep in Mexico, right? Listen, there's so much good stuff going on in Mexico. Oh, man. And let me tell you something. Mexican government knows that they can do a lot better, actually. They can do a lot better. And so they're open to blockchain technology, right? Big money is moving down to Mexico. Beautiful land in Mexico. The Yucatan region. I'm not going to tell you too much because I don't want you to buy stuff that I might buy. Go over here and buy property I'm trying to buy. But the Yucatan, oh. I don't know what that sound was, but that's like the sound I make when I'm like, something is too good. But it's hot down there. Oh, it's hot. Oh. But anyway, you guys don't distract me. You distract me. You're having too much fun. But anyway, Ripple's deep in Mexico. I mean, it's all over Latin America. They need to plant deeper roots because I tell you what, Algorand has gotten a head start on everybody. Algorand is deep all over Latin America. And when listen, you have the tourism down there. You have where there's a lot of new businesses. Like I said, big businesses are moving down there and there's new businesses. So you have a lot of people who have come into money, crypto money and otherwise, right? Good small business owners, big business owners, you know, they're going down there and they're starting new businesses. So not just established businesses moving down there. You have a lot of new businesses opening up in Latin America. Also, there was something else I was going to say. Latin America also is they're starting to see the holes in the legacy system. You see how they're rebelling. A lot of Latin American countries are rebelling against the terrible system of the IMF, the austerities of the IMF, holding them down. So you've seen that, correct? So that's another thing. So they're going to need a new system. That new system could be what we're holding, XRP, the XRPL, Algorand. You have koi banks down there with Algorand setting up the payroll for thousands of employees in Argentina, and in Colombia. What they're doing down there is huge. Payroll. Understand that there's banks. Koi Banks also has Banco Colombia, right? I think they're working with Banco Colombia. They have banks that are going to be utilizing Koi Banks. And Koi Banks has been primarily using what? Algorand. That money. Oh, man. The time is ticking. We're getting closer and closer. It takes some time, though, to get these things set up. But see, another thing I like about mi gente, Latin America is not afraid to take the chance. It's not afraid to say, hey, that system is broken. We want to try something new. They're not afraid. That's another reason why Latin America stands to explode and is going to be doing extremely well. I mean, they're setting up really good right now. But let's get into this article here. Ripple expands in Latin America on new deal with Ripple partner Bexis. Scroll down here. Read this just this little bit here. It says eBury, the Banco Santander, backed provider of corporate banking services to SMEs that trade internationally, has agreed to buy Bexis. Ooh, this is bigger than we thought, actually. In a move that expands its international payments offering to Latin America, specifically Brazil. The money that's going to be coming out of Brazil is unbelievable. And they're very open to blockchain technology down there. This is going to be very, very good. Let's continue on here. It says, subject to regulatory approval. The deal includes Bexis Banco, another bank, foreign exchange, and Bexis Pay payments, expanding eBury's international money transfer options for SMEs. Bexis will also assist businesses that sell their products online in Brazil, particularly marketplaces, applications, and software companies with digital services. Brazil-based Bexis Banco, which processes cross-border e-commerce payments for millions of customers. So you have another, look at what Ripple's doing. Look how they're bringing these big heavy hitters in. Every time they partner with somebody, it's somebody who's bringing millions of customers to the table. What they're doing is unheard of at an unprecedented rate. So e-commerce payments for millions of customers joined RippleNet in 2017 to connect with member banks in North America, Europe, and Asia. eBury is also backed by Ripple partner Banco Santander. So everybody, you're starting to see this interconnection, this web here building, which teamed up with Ripple to address customer feedback around international payments processes. I believe Banco Santander is going to go very deep with Ripple and XRPL. That first offering, which their first offering with Santander did not include XRP, but it was a test. It was a test offering and a show of good faith to say like, hey, test this out, see if you like it. Santander and Bank of America have been raining praise down on Ripple. So they're satisfied with that. And of course, they're going to go deeper. You think Ripple's going to stop there with that initial offering of services to Banco Santander? That's not how business works, okay? And the liquidity, listen, the money that will flow across the XRPL will be unbelievable coming from Banco Santander. Don't worry, we're about to get into that. Actually, I'm going to do a little post here in a second on the screen to show you Santander's quarterly. All right, we're going to take a look at that. So it says, in Latin America, mainstream use of digital assets is accelerating. I'll stop right there. Make sure you head over to u.today to check these articles out. They did a great job. We have another one, actually, another one from u.today. Then we're going to get into these financials in a second. With some of the banks utilizing Ripple, we need to get checkups on these banks all the time. We have some XLM checkups coming up also. Don't worry, I'm working on that. So here we have it. We have an article on u.today, and it goes as such. Ripple CTO defends Elon Musk against Associated Press criticism about Twitter acquisition. You know what I like about a lot of people at Ripple? They're fighters. And doesn't that, like, there's like a synchronicity between the XRP army being fighters and then the people at Ripple are also fighters? Warriors are starting to link up together. Let's read this little bit here. Chief Technology Officer at Ripple, David Schwartz, who has been criticizing Elon Musk for his intention to buy Twitter, has supported the eccentric centibillionaire this time as Musk was criticized in the Associated Press article about the Twitter acquisition. Why? Let's read this a little bit here. It says, in an article published by the Associated Press, the author stated that Elon Musk, although saying that he wants to buy Twitter to defend freedom of speech, in fact, harshly verbally attacks those who disagree with him. Is that true? I wouldn't know. Listen, I'm about making money. I don't know about any of this stuff here, nor do I care. If it doesn't make me money, then why would I even be concerned with this? But it has to do with Ripple, so I'm reading it, right? and he does it on the same social media platform. Okay. Well, let me scroll down. What's this have to do with David Schwartz? So here's the tweet from David Schwartz. Let's see what he says. There are many legitimate criticisms of Elon Musk, as there could be for anyone. This is not one of them. Harshly attacking those who disagree with you verbally is in absolutely no way whatsoever inconsistent with defending free speech. Okay, that's just logical. So you're being logical. It is, in fact, the very thing that needs to be defended. Okay, all right. That's just a logical argument. I don't see anything major about that, anything big about that. But I like that everybody from Ripple is sort of they're ready to fight. They're ready to stand against anything that they feel is incorrect. And, you know, it's very interesting that when it comes to the SEC, you have Ripple bravely going in and dealing with the SEC, and the SEC still, even with all that transparency, still attacked Ripple and didn't see from Ripple's behavior that they were going to have a fight on their hands. Brad Garlinghouse is a fighter. David Schwartz is a fighter. You know, and I think a lot of intellectuals are like that. They understand, they operate with logic, and they're saying, hey, if this is illogical, I'm not going to acquiesce to that. You know, you throw your jabs, I'm going to throw my punches, and we'll see who comes out on top. But I'm not going to bow down to you, because I know that means that later on you're going to come back and ask me for more. Later on, you're going to come back and think that you can push me around some more, and we're not going to stand for that. We want to be free. We want to operate freely, and we came to you honorably, and now you're being dishonorable. So anyway, that's what I take from that, is that it's just more of the mentality at Ripple. They're ambitious, they're fighters, and they're going for it all. Okay, so now let's take a look at the Q1 2022 of Santander. This is in US dollar millions, all right? So loans and advances to customers, 121,434,000,000. Cash, central banks, credit institutions, 26,085,000,000. Debt instruments, 18,701,000,000. Other assets and accounts, 19,984,000,000. Customer deposits, let me just enlarge that a little bit so make it a little bit easier to see. Oh, it went too big. Sorry about that. My computer is glitching here. Customer deposits, $110,765,000,000. All right. And I'm going to, hopefully this is on screen somewhere here so you can see it for yourself. And then if I misread something, then of course you're doing your own research as you're reading along with me. So then you could do your own calculations here, or interpret it your own way rather. Central banks and credit institutions, 13,817,000,000. This is who Ripple is working with. Other financial liabilities, 5,532,000,000. Let's see if there's anything else interesting here. Okay, net interest income, also in US dollar millions. Net interest income, $1,546,000,000. Net fee income, $221 million. So this is just to give you an idea of who Ripple is working with. If a modicum of that in the future is flowing across the XRPL, what does it do to that price? What does it do to that price? Keep in mind, Ripple's working with mostly banks and large financial institutions. If they get a modicum of that money, right, utilizing XRP as liquidity, as a liquidity provider, agnostic bridge currency for cross-border payments in whatever way possible, if even a modicum of all of these billions, right, which would, of course, with all of these banks would add up to trillions. What does it do to the price of XRP? What does it do to the price of XRP? Think about that for a moment. Okay, so let's go here to, this is Bank of America's Q1 of 2022, all right? Wow. Oh, I like how they do this. At the top, Bank of America is trying to save you time. So at the top of the page, on page 1, they immediately put net income. I don't know. I find that funny because I just think about it, you know. I insert myself in certain scenarios and it's funny in my mind. So I'm like, for people like myself, and I think a lot of business people are like me, like myself, where they want to get right to the important numbers. And so I think Bank of America knows that. So they put this right at the top. Bank of America net income right at the top. You don't have to search. Net income of $7.1 billion. It's pretty good. I like that. In these harsh times, to have that kind of net income, you're doing pretty good. EPS of 80 cents, average loan balances up $70 billion to $978 billion. You do know that they're going to be doing, obviously, I think it's obvious, there's going to be collateralization on XRPL if there's not already. Okay, I'm not up on all of that, but so you're going to have collateralized offerings on XRPL if it's not there already. You're going to have loans on XRPL. Of course, you're going to have, and I'm talking about with XRP. I don't know if people are doing that just yet, but loans and like credit offerings, things like that on XRPL with XRP. So just imagine a modicum of that money. We're talking $978 billion. So there are already collateralized coins, as many of you know. Like a collateralized coin is like what AMP is, right? I talked about AMP recently. Like AMP is a collateralized coin, right? You could do loans on there, credit offerings, things like that. I don't know if they have cards and things like that. I think they might, because AMP is with Flexa, right? So they may have card offerings, things like that. But so it just gives you an idea of the possibilities, okay? And that's why I call AMP a finance coin, not necessarily bank coin, because they're not necessarily just working with banks. They're working with like a lot of different financial institutions, you know, as a collateralized offering. So $978 billion. Whew. Average deposits are up. Wow. $240 billion. Get this number. Keep in mind, you can do a quick search on Google and find that Bank of America has been praising Ripple. Praising Ripple, literally. You do a quick Google search, you'll see that. So they're definitely going to be in deep. When the switch is flipped, they're going to be in deep with Ripple and XRP. Average deposits are up $240 billion to $2 trillion. Let me say that again. This is one bank. What happens if Ripple offers some accounts to, how they're doing like in certain countries where they're hosting the wallets, right? So you have an account through that wallet, you're holding your money in that wallet, and yet you offer that as some specialized version for Bank of America, and you have some of their customers able to utilize that as a Ripple being a Bank of America partner through Bank of America, utilizing an XRP wallet to hold their money in. You can do cash, XRP, whatever. They'll have a bevy of coins that they offer on there, legitimate coins, by the way. Imagine a piece of that $2 trillion. This is just one bank. This is just one bank, $2 trillion. Okay? Ripple itself says they have hundreds, not 100, hundreds of financial institutions signed up to utilize the XRPL. Think about that for a minute. One bank, $2 trillion in deposits. They're up. And this is another thing that's beautiful about the money we're going to be scooping up is that it's only increasing. It's only increasing, right? And I don't want to keep saying we're also able to scoop up money off the table that the legacy system cannot. So we're able to get this a piece of this $2 trillion possibly, right? And all the other money that they just said, $7.1 billion net income. So we're able to get a piece of that, but then also take a huge chunk, if not all of, the money that is from the unbanked and the underbanked. Think about that for a minute. What does it do to that price? So we took a look at Santander's Q1. We took a look at Bank of America's Q1 just to give you an idea. Those numbers are fantastic. That's just two entities working with Ripple. Just two. To think that XRP's price is not going to explode, I'd have to beg to differ with you. When I look at those numbers there, the numbers are telling you a whole lot. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.